All right, we are now live. Welcome everybody to another episode of Working with the Spirit. A lot of y'all didn't see the first episode with myself, with myself, the good Dr. Cosmic Nawaji, and my god sister, because there were a couple of crucial errors made during that show, and that was our trial run, our test run. Where here we are, revamping the original Working with the Spirit, updating it, making it a visual platform, because y'all are visual creatures, like to see stuff.
Right.
So we get this thing rolling. And you know what? It's really hard for me to focus, Doc, and I'll tell you why. Because as soon as I hit this button and started talking, Hoodoo Dog ran upstairs.
But you knew that was going to happen.
Right, and see, he's quiet. He's quiet. And see, dogs are like kids. You don't want them in the other room being quiet.
They up to no good.
Come here, boy. I don't know if you hear the jingle. Come here.
Uh-oh. I'm trying to
when an 80-pound dog goes to another room and is quiet, you start to worry.
They up to no good.
Right. Because, I know you probably saw Sage.
Right. Who could miss it?
Right. I've got another here, and there's a baby bearded dragon, little lizard, upstairs in the room, and I don't want him to come down the steps. So I have to keep watching him. So we're gonna keep this show with this joker with my foot on his leash right here. But anyway, I'm not even going to take the time to introduce you, because everyone who has Periscope or YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, damn man, you all over the place, knows who you are. So I just want to extend, a big fraternal greetings from the Hoodoo sovereign state of Georgia to South Carolina.
Well, good to see you, Papa Lou. It's been a long time coming, and I look forward to the show. And I'm excited, man. We always have a good time.
Oh yeah, every time. This isn't the first platform we've been on together.
No, it hasn't.
hopefully this will be a little less chaotic,
right?
A little longer running, because I enjoyed the original Working with the Spirit, the internet reboot, and I know I'm going to enjoy this one just as much. As long as.
Yep. You're frozen.
Started working out the kinks with this thing.
Okay, there we go. Now we got you back.
This particular show got started, much like a lot of mine. Shows that cause me issues get started. And I'm going to throw you under the bus this time, because you showed me a YouTube video.
Oh boy.
A video from someone who will remain nameless. Teaching a class on hoodoo.
Right.
And y'all know I'm a hoodoo purist. I am. Sue me. I am. I understand it's a changing tradition and all this stuff, but there's still some things that you just don't do.
That's right.
By some folks who just shouldn't do it.
Right.
That's like me trying to teach a class on Buddhism. I ain't chanted ever in my life.
Can't be the first mantra.
Right. Look, the only time I've ever come close to chanting is after a long night of these, when I'm laying in the bathroom, curled against, oh, please, Mr. Toilet Bowl, oh, please, Mr. Toilet Bowl, oh, please, Mr. Toilet Bowl. That's it. That's it. That's the closest. I'm not saying that you can't learn, but I do feel like they're just, I guess, certain lanes.
Right.
And I know this would be a controversial statement, but I'm the king of controversy. And
clearly,
the whole hoodoo.
You have a long history of being the king of controversy.
The king of controversy in this thing. You know why? Because I gives two shits about who likes me and who doesn't. You can spread me from one end of the internet to the other. but I'll still be here. I'm like a damn roach. You can't squash me. So
like
I watched this video.
Whack-a-mole.
Right. Look, every time they whack me, I pop right back up.
Pop right back up.
Yeah, I got too much working with me to ever be really dealt with. Shit.
That's right.
Until they decide it's time for me to leave, I'll be right here talking shit and drinking. But you sent this video, Doc. You sent this video.
Yeah, well, what happened was
what happened was oh shit.
As you know, we had dealt with this individual before on my show, Roots and Rants. Right. And we thought maybe they'd gotten the message. You know, maybe they calmed down. We didn't see any more hoodoo stuff from them. We said, okay, they got the message. We're just gonna move on. So it's what happened this week, as a matter of fact. I was on YouTube, and on the right-hand side of the suggested videos, there's this video about hoodoo, some hoodoo class or hoodoo school or whatever. So of course it naturally got my eyes. I know why Google's algorithm got it, because it had hoodoo in it. I got that. And I looked and I said, well, maybe they're not white. Maybe they're fair-skinned. Maybe they're fair-skinned. And so I clicked on it, and lo and behold, she who shall not be named came up, and I said, why does she look familiar? Why does she look familiar? Lo and behold, it was the same person that we talked about on the show. So she had gotten a new YouTube channel dedicated to hoodoo, and now she's trying that BS all over again.
This is the same person who said that you don't necessarily need the Bible to do hoodoo.
Right.
And I know she will remain nameless, but me, being the king of controversy, I was able to recognize her by her bloody accent. And I'm like, you're not bloody light-skinned, you're white as the driven snow.
You're right.
And if you're white as the driven snow, and you got a bloody accent, you're clearly not from the American South. So what in bloody hell are you talking about hoodoo about? Hey, how was my accent?
It was pretty damn good, actually. That was pretty good.
I surprised my damn self just then. Must be a damn spirit trying to come down on my ass. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, and here's the thing that I want people who watch and listen to this show to understand. I'm not saying you can't come from an outside culture and then master. Well, it's hard to master this. But pay homage, learn, and then repeat what you've learned. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not even saying you shouldn't do it. But what I'm saying is how, in the short amount of time that it took for you to go from complete idiocy as it relates to our tradition to now you're teaching a class.
Self-proclaimed master.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you.
Went from internet cluster fucking of what you, yeah, that's what it was. Internet cluster fucking of what you were preaching about hoodoo to now you're good enough to teach a class on a new channel. That's why I say the internet is like the U.S. Army. You can be all that you can be on this motherfucker.
But you know what?
Be all that you can be.
Here's one of the other key problems is, even Papa Lou was saying about, you know, coming in little by little into a tradition, learning your way around it, being taught, etc. One of the things that was very vexing was she tried to exert the same arrogance of authority in her own spirituality that she normally practices, and then bring that same type of arrogance into hoodoo. First of all, you're going to make this very bold statement and say that you took it upon yourself to extract the Bible from hoodoo and Southern conjure, as if you are the authority. You just come in literally out of the gate, rearranging things. Nobody knows who you are. Literally, think about it. Somebody walk into your house, don't know them from Adam's apple, start moving stuff around in your house, in your living room.
Right.
And then gonna sit down on the couch, prop their feet up, and say, "This is not my house."
You know what? I'm not going to condemn an entire group of people, but I will say it is more prevalent in a certain group of people to do just that thing. You know, look at, and this isn't like originally mine. I actually bit this off of Mama Ru, but she made a good point. Look at yoga, for instance, with this same group of people. You see yoga studios popping up everywhere. Everywhere. Next to Starbucks, in the plaza with the grocery store. But do you see any actual Indian people teaching the motherfuckers? No.
Not a Buddhist to be found. Not a Hindu to be found.
Right. And then here's the thing. Are they teaching authentic yoga? No. They done horseback yoga. Goddamn,
sweaty feet yoga, pregnant mom yoga.
yoga with dogs, everything. So they come in and instead of doing it the correct way, they learn a little bit and then start just, there we go. I'm gonna pluck something out my ass.
They learn enough to market it. They learn enough to sell it. What do they do?
Mm-hmm. See, there we go. Now I want to elaborate on this whole people saying you don't need the Bible to do hoodoo. That's like saying you really don't need like flour, butter, and sugar to make a pound cake.
Technically.
Right? You might be able to make something that resembles a pound cake, but it ain't no pound cake as we know it down here. And if it's not a pound cake as we know it, and we're the ones who came up with the motherfucker, then what you just made something that resemble what we have. But there are several things that resemble something else, don't make them the same thing. Coke and Pepsi look alike in the glass, but they're two totally different things.
Okay, an imitation.
Thank you. It's an imitation. And it comes from marketing. People have to understand, no matter how highly you think of me or how much you hate me, how highly you think of Doc, how highly you think of all these big wigs in the hoodoo community, this is a very small community.
It really is.
It's small.
It really is.
It's very small. And so what the marketeers
know each other.
What these marketeers want to do, Doc, remember what I told you about Doberman Pinschers?
Right.
They only seem fierce if you don't know them. When they're at home, they're crazy.
Right.
But what these marketeers want to do, once they understand that, okay, I've gained a footing inside the hoodoo community, but that's not really buying me this Lambo that I want. So they look to branch out.
Right.
So what they've got people in different spiritualities who don't really cotton to the Bible too well.
Right.
So they're not going to spend money on a tradition that's heavily Bible influenced.
Right. And they want to water it down and dilute it to make it palpable and consumable for their other customers.
Right. And so that's what I really want people to understand. That's why you see bullshit like Mojo bags with pentagrams tied on them. That's why you see Etsy stores that have it'll say hoodoo, witchcraft, authentic hoodoo pentagrams. The shit is like this an oxymoron.
Root work pentagram, hoodoo root work conjure pentagram.
Exactly. That's something, y'all, we do not use down here.
Or they call it Southern something. These are the hashtags and the buzzwords that are marketable. It triggers the algorithm.
Right. And then the crazy thing, and you know what, Cosmic? I think you brought this to me because I don't give a damn. That's why a lot of people will bring shit to me. I get in emails and stuff, and folks are like, "Well, Luke, what do you think about this?" And I'm like, "Oh, goddamn." It just so happens that this past week, there was a group of folks burning candles on me.
Right.
Upset. How dare you tell folks They can't use the word witch. They were upset, calling me out.
But you know what? We did like a whole broadcast on that. We did like a whole broadcast. I think I went like a whole 30 minutes. I'm gonna upload that. I'm gonna see if I can find that little piece and
upload it. Upload it. You need to. But what was I telling you before we got started? One of my favorite things to do was stand in the mirror and admire me.
You're Muhammad Ali.
That's right. Give myself the Muhammad Ali. Like, boy, you still pretty. All them black candles, you still pretty. Me and Hoodoo Dog still down here good. We ain't eating ramen noodles yet.
Okay.
Not that there's anything against ramen noodle now. A ramen noodle has seen me through many a rough period.
Come on, talk about that. But you know, this is where,
because my official policy is like the U.S. policy on terrorists. I do not negotiate with terrorists. You know, I don't burn a candle or throw a root, because honestly, I feel like if the best you got is the internet, you go back and crack a book and read a little bit more.
Right.
Because we good down here.
But you know what?
And as always,
I'll tell you what.
What's up, brother?
Those commercials, marketeers, when they sell y'all stuff and sell you quote unquote spells and ingredients and whatnot, then you wonder why none of that shit works. You know, because it is not connected to anything. Mm-hmm. Can I put it like this? The root doesn't have a root. You have a rootless root. Okay.
Amen.
And they came into a tradition, know nothing about it. They picked up a book or so, went through maybe a correspondence course, and now they set themselves up to be legitimate, and they want to feed that stuff out to you, and then you wonder why you're investing all this money and not seeing any results. That's probably one of the reasons why. There's no power behind what they're doing.
You know what I liken it to, brother?
What's that?
I liken it to, you decide you want to watch the Super Bowl on a big ass TV. So you go to the electronics store, and sure enough, they're going to sell you one. You walk in waving cash, they're going to sell you one. But they don't sell you no power cord. So, yeah, you know, on the outside, it's like, okay, I want to watch TV. I want to watch the Super Bowl on a big 60-inch. Here's a brand new 60-inch. In theory, I have all the tools, the parts, the components. Right. Everything is assembled. I'm ready to go. But where is it plugged into?
Nothing. You don't have a cord.
Because in Hoodoo, we're talking about a tradition that is heavily plugged into the ancestors and the spirits that walked along with these ancestors and the fiery energy that they felt because of the situations they've gone through. And if you're not really plugged into that, then you sitting there staring at a blank screen wondering why your neighbor's cheering loud enough for you to hear them through your walls, but you ain't seeing shit.
You don't have a power cord.
You ain't got no power cord. Now, I will say something. There are some very strong root workers that don't look like us.
That's true.
I know a lot of folks can get upset with that, but I'll admit that.
I know a couple.
Workers that don't look like us.
But you know what the thing is, though? They put in the work.
There you go. Exactly.
They put in the work.
Mm-hmm. They did it the way that anyone could do it, but because of the world we live in, we choose not to because we want everything right now.
We want it instantly.
That's right. Look here, let's say my grandmama, may she rest in peace, and I miss her every fucking day. But if she was right here, getting ready to make some of her biscuits, if you weren't in the family, you wasn't going to be in the kitchen. Now, she'd be real sweet about it unless you force yourself. Then she grab that big, long-ass wooden spoon and run you up out the kitchen.
Pack that ass up.
Right, pack that ass up. Okay? If you family, you can be in the kitchen. If you friends or family, you might can be outside the kitchen.
Right, you can be in the threshold.
In the threshold, right. If you not family and you not really a friend, you just an associate, she gonna say, baby, here, take some of this sweet tea and go and sit out there and watch that TV. Yep. Hey. But over time, you keep coming back and saying, hey, Miss Bernice, how you doing? You know, I'm such and such. And she said, okay, babe. Eventually, over time, you done been there a few Thanksgivings, a few Christmases. You done took out the trash. You done offered to wash the dishes. Then after one day, my grandma might say, you say, Miss Bernice, you know, your biscuits sure is good. How you make them biscuits? She might say, baby, come on in here.
Let me show you something.
Let me show you something. Take that nice watch off because you about to get dirty.
That's right. But you know, that takes time though. You can't just walk up in somebody's house and do that. You have to humble yourself. That's something that is very, very rare in the cultures, rare in the community. People, even if they are people of color and they want to learn something, they don't take time. They aren't patient. They don't even, people of color to be humble too. You know, I'm black as anybody, but when I sit among my elders, I shut my mouth and open my ears and I listen.
As old as I am, when in front of an elder, and we just, I mean, you know how we do it in our community, Cosby. We'll just sit and talk after Thanksgiving dinner, everybody unbuckling the top buckle in the belt, in the pants, and sitting back. And the old folks start telling stories, and those stories fascinate me. When there's no, internet, and there's no, you pick up the phone, somebody already talking. You got to wait for them to get finished. But you can ask the operator to place your call. I don't even know if we still have operators anymore, to be honest. And I'm hearing these stories, and I would sit on the floor at their feet. Because honestly, if there's someone older than me, they have a seat, point blank, period. Now, I don't mind sitting there. It might, it's taking me longer to get up than it used to. But I sit on the floor at their feet. And even now, I tell folks, when I talk to my dad, who's the 21st century prophet now, he done graduated from the Georgia prophet to the 21st century prophet.
He came to the be the modern, okay.
Right. This man's 80 years old. I might have a case with a client that is boggling my mind. And so I call him. I'm going to be on the phone for 2 hours hearing stories. And then at the end, he was like, well, look here, boy, what you need to do about that. For 2 hours. I done listen to stories. I done listen to his week. I done listen to about the big booty freaks that he done found and put the
neighborhood gossip.
Right. And then at the end, people don't have that kind of patience anymore. Now, truth be told, I'm sitting there like, yo. But I wait. Right. I'm sitting there like, your reading about to be late than a motherfucker. But I do it. People nowadays are not willing to wait. And since they're not willing to wait, they'll jump on things. And what they're jumping on is what the marketeers are feeding them.
That's right.
And they're being fed bullshit. How about we do a quick segment on how to spot a marketeer?
Listen. So I've actually watched this. So on my Instagram, and I'm gonna do this week. So I'm gonna do it when we get off. On my Instagram, I'm gonna have this campaign that says, "It might not be hoodoo if."
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do this.
That's what I'm working on. It might not be hoodoo if. Okay. It might not be hoodoo if the person just graduated a corresponding course.
Look, if they got somebody else's stamp of approval, all right, that person is not of this community. It might not be hoodoo.
It might not be hoodoo.
If they are mixing shit together, and you see a pentagram, you see Osiris, you
Thor.
see Oshun, Thor, and the Easter Bunny. It might not be hoodoo.
It might not be hoodoo if they are. Oh, here's one. It might not be hoodoo if they try to do a makeshift nganga.
Oh my God. You know what? Time out. I gotta talk on this. Because that is how a lot of the marketeers rope people in. Okay? Because a lot of people who come to hoodoo have heard about Palo, they've heard about Orisha, they've heard about voodoo, and they try to mix all this shit in. It's kind of like the damn hashtags.
Right.
You know, when I see them, you know, all right. Let's talk about Hoodoo Delish for a minute. I know I said I wasn't gonna name no names. I know I said that.
You mean Hoodoo? Let me tell you. Listen. So on some real shit.
Wait. For once, not Hoodoo Delish. What's that other chick name?
Listen though. I'm about to get to. I know you're talking about. Listen though. So literally, I told you I was gonna do this campaign about it might not be hoodoo if. That was literally what inspired that. I was on my, I'm trying to stay out of the controversy on social media. I just keep it moving, you know. I mean, like a status or whatever, thumbs up and keep it moving. I was on my Facebook, minding my own damn business. There's this ad for Hoodoo Delish, aka Hoodoo Discuss, called how to do I think it was called a rose jar or something. And I said, okay, I've had enough. So I put on my Instagram, I said, this is not hoodoo. Y'all gotta cut this shit out. But you got Hoodoo Delish, you got then you got her I'm trying to think of what they go about on Instagram. There's another one. I'm not on Instagram, but on YouTube. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, when she said the coffee and Pepsi spell, I was done. I was over it.
Cosmic, where the hell did sharecroppers get coffee? I mean, they might have got a hold of some coffee, but damn sure they had no Pepsi. That would be like me saying, well, I got this authentic old school hoodoo recipe involving natural light beer.
That's right.
And it says clear on the can, brewed in America since 1977. Now that was a damn good year.
Well, here we have this authentic #conjure, #hoodoo iPhone.
Yes.
With a complimentary Apple spell on the back of it.
Right there it is, right there. You know what? I can't. And I mean, and who was I talking about? Not Hoodoo Delish. You know, fuck her too. But you know, what's the chick's name? Damn it. She had a short blonde hair. She kind of cute. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she kind of cute.
The one that talked about Oshun or the Zeli Downtour.
Yes, at the river, at the waterside.
Conjure
Cardia, that's it. I know a lot of y'all watching this have bought some of her products, but she is a perfect example of it might not be hoodoo if this woman who's supposed to be doing hoodoo. And here's the thing, you know, when a teacher used to, back in the day, when a teacher would go over test questions before the test, but she kind of wanted to give you the answer because she didn't want all y'all, I almost said it wrong, all y'all jokers failing and making her look bad. She would say, is the answer A, B, or C? Right. You might see this again, but she would knock on the desk to let you know that one right there was the one you need to be looking for, right?
Right.
Here's the thing that I want everybody out here to know, that There ain't no Orisha in hoodoo. There ain't no Loa in hoodoo.
Ain't no
There are no
Impungo.
None of them in hoodoo. That's not.
There's no Exu in hoodoo.
None of it. You're not gonna get a hoodoo Eshu.
No.
You're not gonna get a hoodoo in Ganga.
Nope.
Look, there's no hoodoo
Elekes.
Right. There's no hoodoo Elekes, none of that shit. Think about the American South. So when I saw this woman saying to my Conjure Cardia, saying that she was going to go and give an offering to the Orisha at the river, that was the first, something wrong.
Right.
I've never, and I practice ATRs. I do, but I don't mix them together.
Right.
So when she says she's going to, this hoodoo woman is going to the water to give an offering to the Orisha, that was the first. But then she draws a Haitian voodoo veve in the sand. And I'm like, wait a minute. Not only are you wrong, you're all the way fucked up.
So here you go. You're wrong with hoodoo, and you're wrong with voodoo, and you're wrong with Ifa.
Right. All at the same damn time. All at the same damn time.
You got all 3 red flags right there.
Red flags. So guys, start looking for these red flags that we point out to you. And this isn't a diss.
We're not saying that a person can't have multiple traditions or multiple paths. But what we are saying is one thing that any person who is authentic and legitimate will tell you, even if they walk multiple paths, that they don't ever mix them, right? So because Elegua, Papalegba, Lucero, Ishu, Exu are not the same.
They are not the same. And none of them are the dark man at the crossroads.
Right.
And think about the whole Coke Pepsi analogy. Just because something looks similar doesn't make them the same.
Right.
Doesn't make them the same. If that were the case, then next time you go bake that pound cake, put salt in there instead of sugar.
It look the same.
It feel the same. Use it. See what happens. Your shit comes out fucked up in the end, and that's why y'all not getting the results y'all want.
That's right.
Dealing with shit don't get me started. So she's my example. It might not be who to whip. The motherfuckers mixing shit together because here's the thing: they know. Cosby, did I ever tell you the story about me and Freemasonry?
What's that?
I don't know how everybody knows I'm a Mason also. Okay. When I first got started, I just said, you know what? I don't watch National Treasure. That shit got my attention. I did all my research. Said, you know what? Damn it, I want to be a Mason now. All right. So I went, I'm like Googling, I'm talking, I see a brother with a ring. I said, hey, stop. He pushing his grocery cart. I said, stop. God damn it. Yo, I'm interested. I want to do this. And he gave me his number. I called after a couple of weeks. He was like, yo, this is who we are. This is what we do. I said, bet, run it. I'm very impulsive like that. Sure enough, I got initiated, passed, and raised. It wasn't until a year later I learned about a such thing as legitimacy in Freemasonry, which means you have to be able to trace your lodge to a certain Grand Lodge that can trace its charter all the way back to one of the 3 original Grand Lodges of Masonry.
Right.
If you can't do that, you're illegitimate. No one in the Masonic community worldwide will recognize you as a Mason. This particular lodge had everything the internet said it should have, but they were illegitimate.
Wow.
Someone had read a book and plucked it.
Wow.
And so I spent time and money, called these folks brothers. And then once I brought that to their attention, they always like, peace out, we all gone. And then I actually found a legitimate Masonic lodge to join. But here's the thing, and my point is, a lot of marketeers know that you really don't know what you're looking for.
Right.
So they put shit up that looks like
Right.
what you should be looking for.
They
And a lot
use
of people have started that. Mm-hmm.
they my dad had a saying, one of the tools of a trickster is they will use the same vocabulary but use a different dictionary. So we'll be talking the same thing but mean two different things.
Right.
So they will see what's the buzzword being said: hoodoo, conjure, southern, root work, African American, or whatever the case may be, and they'll tie that into their marketing campaign. And so when you go to Google for these things,
Right.
bam, they pop up first.
Right.
Most of the older workers, you're not gonna find them online, right? You may find them in a newspaper, maybe.
One of the things I love showing, people who come down here, and some of my Palo God siblings, when we meet up here in Georgia and drive down to Florida, I love taking them through these small towns in Georgia. I tell them, look on that mailbox. And usually it'll be a little cardboard sign that says spiritual advisor. I said, it's a worker that lives there. Or there'll be no sign at all, but there'll just be a little house that's got a bunch of blue bottles tied into a tree. That's a worker lives right there. And here's the thing, if the worker doesn't live there, but if you knock on that door, they could probably point you to a worker. And I tell people, if you want legitimate root work right now, and you think you can't find nobody, go into the black side of town and walk into an old folks' home.
The nursing home.
Yep.
Stay there, volunteer for a couple of weekends, and then tell them you're dealing with a situation. You can't seem to shake.
That's right.
And they will give you a remedy as quick as anything. It's so funny you said that. I was somewhere had no business being, and but she was definitely worth it. Anyway, so
you know what? I can't with you.
See, what happened was
people accuse me of that, and it's really your ass. People accuse me of that. Oh, Lou ain't nothing but a womanizer, a scoundrel, and a fiend. And I'm like, I'm over here getting dusty. Whereas Cosmic up there, doggone knocking them down like I'm knocking down these beers.
Ain't even like that. So what happened was,
right.
It's getting. I had something to do at 6 o'clock. So we about to leave.
Brother, you getting kind of flustered over there.
And Well, this is what happened. So I didn't notice this before when I walked into her room.
Mm-hmm.
But along the window panes, okay, because listen, she had the curtain, so I couldn't see it was anyway. But I tell all the details. Along the window
right.
panes were these blue bottles, and so immediately I said, "Am I caught?" I said, "No, I'm not caught. I'm good. I'm still good." So I asked her. I said,
look, I'm still up. I'm still up. I'm still up. I'm still in the game.
I said, so where are you from? I said, you from down here? Where are you from? She says, no, I'm from New York. I said, what's up with the bar? She said, oh, I like putting them out there. Hello, okay, come back around here.
Look. If you kept going back around there, you'd have been thinking about her in the middle of the daytime.
Exactly. That's another.
Doggone. And next thing you know, you've been calling me talking about, Lou, I don't understand why I'm in love with a chick I can't stand. Lord have mercy.
So, brother, let me tell you first ad experience. Okay, if she got blue bottle lined up, okay, stuff hanging from the trees, run the other direction. Even the hoodoo man can get caught. Lou, I think we lost you.
Y'all, but I do want y'all write this down. Junior Wells, called Hoodoo Man Blues. And the chorus is, and I hold my hand. Lord, I'm trying to understand. I'm here to tell you, baby, somebody done hoodoo the hoodoo man.
The hoodoo man.
It's done happen. Hell, it's done happened to me. Shit. I ain't even gonna lie. It's done happened to me. I said, God dang, why in the world? God damn, just said, God damn. You know, when you can't even talk no more, all you can do is cuss. I'm like,
when that cat thing got your tongue, that's what happened.
Yeah, well, that happened without hoodoo, but Lord. All right. I think we done gave them some examples. We'll give them more, but you know, Cosby, what you working on over there? I know we said we gonna give the folks a little hoodoo tip and trick.
Okay.
Something they can do.
One I gave earlier this week. What was, let's say you are a reader, or let's say you want to strengthen your psychic ability, your ability to tune in and tap in, or maybe you're just having a writer's block or a creativity block. Burning bay leaves is very, very good for that. Now, what I do, I put my bay leaves on a charcoal and let them roast and let that smoke kind of fill the area, right? And it's actually been, believe it or not, scientifically proven that it helps your mind to relax more. To relax more. So that's one of my tips. You can always burn bay leaves for that. You can write. This is an old tree. You can write your intentions. You can write your wishes, your desire on a bay leaf and burn it, right? And allow the winds to take it and draw back to you what it is that you're wishing for.
All right, y'all. Y'all got something.
Put in your wallet too before I forget. Put in your wallet to draw money.
You know what, Devin? Do I have my wallet on me? I was gonna show them. I don't have my wallet on me. But you know what? Let me go get something.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show y'all what mine is. Hold on.
Here's you can see my incense burning here. My incense holder. Okay. So you can see it's been used a whole lot. Let me see if I can get it like that. There we go. Y'all can see like that. So those are some things that you can do with the bay leaf.
All right. I am back. And you know, I said that I would never lie to y'all, but I just lied like a motherfucker. I just used that time right there to go get me another beer.
Get a beer. He had a beer when he left.
Because look, honestly, my shit was right here the whole time. But I was like, how am I gonna buy time to go get a motherfucking beer? Now, this right here, y'all probably can't see. It looked like a cake, but this is not a cake. When I was talking to Cosmic before the show started, he heard me like running hoodoo dog away from this. This is a bunch of salt.
You're drying out herbs.
Don't know what I'm drying out. I don't know if y'all can barely see one. Wait, hold on. I might can get one out for y'all. You know, in order to do this show, I've been out all day checking on folks. You know, what's this, Wednesday? Wednesday is my sick and shut in day.
Mm-hmm.
Where I go and I check on the folks that really don't have nobody to check on them. Mm-hmm. And me and Hoodoo Dog been out. But I did this last night. I'm trying to work this damn thing up out of there so that y'all can see it. So I'm gonna have to damn vacuum after this show is over. There we go. So what this is?
That's a chicken foot.
Chicken foot. And look, I had to run him away from it because whenever I'm out here drying chicken, see? Whenever I'm drying chicken foots, lay down. You know, ate already. Now, a chicken foot, when dried in salt, is good for cleansing. Now, it's also, he licking his lips. Look. Oh, what you can also do with this, because see, traditionally, folks will have a rooster. Now I'm talking country as hell. A rooster. Folks will have a rooster in their yard to help to dig up tricks, because you never know. Like Cosmic said about that, about that young lady with the bottles. Nowadays, folks read shit on the internet. They come and throw something in your yard if they got the balls to do so. And so, folks back in the day, everybody was throwing stuff. Not everybody, but enough. And so you keep a rooster, because the rooster's out there scratching for worms. He's scratching.
Right.
And a rooster, especially a frizzly one, would help you to find where that trick was, because you don't know where the hell in your yard some shit been buried unless it's a fresh hole.
Right.
Yeah, I just popped my dog on damn camera, and now Peter gonna be after my ass. Hey, we had to treat our dog like they treat theirs. Oh, buddy, it's okay. It's okay.
You gonna let him eat after the plate?
Right. Right. Kiss you in the mouth and shit. But nowadays people don't keep roosters like that.
Mm-mm.
So you can just take some chicken feet, you get them from the farmer's market, set your oven to low, like around 100, 125. Put the chicken feet in a pan and bury them in salt. And bake them on low for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a very slow process. Okay? When you take them out, you can use the chicken feet to brush along your body.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Take that dry chicken foot, brush it down your body. And that way, if you've got anything rubbed on you, because a lot of people are sneaky, they'll put oil on their hand and shake your hand.
Tap you on the shoulder.
Or tap you on the shoulder. Or what I like to do, and this is one that I learned a long time ago, I'll take that chicken foot and I put it up under my welcome mat, because people instinctively, when they step on a welcome mat, they start cleaning their feet.
Mm-hmm.
That chicken foot is taking some shit off of them. That way, folks who come in your house, even if they mean you harm, they ain't got no mojo on them.
Right. People will track things into your house. That's why a lot of the old times, they won't let you bring your shoes in. They thought it was just so you wouldn't track mud. Yeah, so you wouldn't track mud, but also track. The word track is a terminology, the euphemism, right, for tracking a trick into the house or tracking a mess into the house. And just to piggyback off of what Lou was saying, even the salt that now has the virtue of the chicken foot in it can also be used in work as well. You can lay a line of that salt across your threshold. Another thing I learned was just like he said about the rooster. People would borrow it. Whoever had one, all right, normally be like a black rooster or whatever, they would borrow it and bring it into their yard for a few days so they could scratch up if they felt that there's something in their yard. But what you can do in the modern era, if you're not like in the country, you can have just a live rooster, is the chicken foot. You can use it as a pendulum to douse as well.
Oh, you don't trying to give everything away. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, you can douse with it as well. Not only just for tricks, but for divination in general, right? But it's very, very good for alerting you where tricks are.
Mm-hmm. Now, I done made a whole batch of these damn things. Because you can't just buy one chicken foot.
No, you can't.
They come in a pack because they make damn good soup. And some good seasoning for greens.
Beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Right? The folks don't understand. That's why I see people, to be honest, a lot of the marketeers do serve a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They do. But it's not for their work. I wouldn't buy a rose sweetening jar to save my life because that shit tastes bitter. You know what? Let me tell them folks something. This is one of my secrets. When I am building a sweetening jar, when I'm working it and putting ingredients in it, even though I may not actually do something, like, man, this thing probably tasty as hell from the ingredients I'm putting in there. But I'm looking at this shit, rose and glitter and all this other bullshit. I'm like, man,
I always thought it should be edible. You put things that are edible in the in the in the sweetening jar. Now, with some variation depending on certain roots and herbs, I mean, it wouldn't kill you to eat it, but it's just not necessarily flavorful. But one of
Right.
my tricks is add liquor. Add liquor to my sweetening
Cállate la
jar.
boca, right.
That's a
Right.
trick for you. If you've never heard that, you're not gonna find it in no book. I tell you that. You're not gonna find it in any book. You're not gonna find it online nowhere. But I put liquor. Normally it's sugar, and the rest of the room in there either is water or liquor, depending on how stubborn the person is or what their implicate or what their characteristic is. So, for example, if they're the kind of person that only drunk texts you, right? Then I'm gonna put liquor in that honey jar, right? To keep them, as Beyonce said, drunk in love.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Damn it, you know what? You ain't never too old to learn a new trick. I didn't think of that. Damn, well, I didn't think of that one. Look, I'm over here distracted by this damn dog. Get on over here. I mean, over there.
Yeah, I use rum
I'm
for
over here
mine.
talking like my damn grandma. But yeah, you know what? I like that. I do. Now, see, I use liquor in works, but it's mainly for something damaging. You know, I'll damn take a damn little toy Matchbox car that matches somebody else's car. That's the enemy. And I put it
Drunk
down in a
driving.
mason jar, fill it up with their favorite liquor, and every day I'm swirling it around, swirling it around. Next thing I know, they say, "Well, Lou, you heard about such and such? You know, yeah, I know about that bastard. Well, he had him a DUI last night." I said, "Oh, for real? Bless his heart. Bless his heart." But you know what? I like that. You know what? And I knew it was a reason that I want you to be, you know,
Oh yeah,
the next
for
co-host
it
of
gets them
Working with
drunk.
the Spirit. You know, let me tell folks, this has been one hell of a year for me, man. And I'm not talking about, you know, we're only in April. No, I mean the last 12 months.
Right.
Ever since I started, you know, this whole little online thing. And I know, you know, shoot, as strong as you are, 12 mangy dogs can take down a lion.
True.
And so I went reaching out to the folks that I knew were legitimate inside this community.
Mm.
To Louisiana, reached out to Florida, Alabama, Mississippi. And who answered? South Carolina answered the call. Little bitty little South Carolina. And more balls than the rest of them. Rest of these states.
Well, you know, this Geechee country down here, man. You didn't know?
Oh, I
This is
shoot.
Geechee woman.
Hey, y'all
I was
damn
born and
Geechee.
raised in Charleston.
Y'all Geechee folks got some shit can't nobody now rub off. Look, like
Boy,
my
that's
grandma say,
true.
some shit Ajax can't take off you.
That's the truth. Now let me tell you something. Charleston, we got some good conjurers down here. But I'm gonna tell you, the conjure women down here are ridiculous. Have been, still is, even to this day. Normally, you think that, you know, work will kind of get weak as it get passed down generation to generation. Man, not so. Especially down out in the islands, John's Island, James Island, Daniel's Island.
That I mean. I don't mess with no Geechee woman. I tell you why. Because I've been doing this since I was a itty bitty whipper to a full grown snapper. I met a Geechee woman. I swear she was every bit of 4'11", probably about 245. But I looked, I said, "Man, you about the cutest thing I done ever seen." I had to take my ass home and I'm damn popping out cigars. I'm blowing smoke over myself. I said, "What the hell almost just happened?"
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah,
I said,
man.
"Let me get my ass back home."
Let me tell you, that's my train, that's my upbringing. It was everywhere. This was, I mean, you if you think about one place that is like so connected with Conja, it's South Carolina. It's Charleston. A lot of people know about, of course, the famous Dr. Buzzard, Adam Buford. I think even got a museum for him now.
Dr. Buzzard.
Dr. Actually, I'm gonna just now see. I'm gonna put him on the spot. What's the guy's name? They called him the Doctor of the Dead. I'm actually a descendant of his. I'm gonna get you the name in a second. I found this out a few months ago. But yeah, it's Charleston is where it's at. Charleston's where it's at.
Well, you come down to Georgia, and you're gonna come down one time. I had a whole bunch going on, but you got to come down here for a whole totally another reason.
Okay.
Folks like, well, Lou, where you been this past weekend? I actually initiated the infamous AJ in Apollo.
Oh, shoot.
Lord help us all.
Mama Chola.
She is actually a pilot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lord help us all. But I can't be proud of her. And, hopefully some other folks can actually make a decision and get the ball. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, I'm looking at the time. They giving us the go home cue. It's time to wrap this thing up.
Okay.
And ride on off into the sunset. I'm gonna put your information in the links. Oh wait, we said we was gonna give out some numbers before we left.
I picked up my deck, so yeah, I'm ready.
Look, this is such a transitional energy right now because we've left that stupid. And I don't believe in Mercury retrograde, right?
I know.
I don't believe in it.
I believe in enough for both of us.
Right. Hey, right. But I know a lot of people are breathing a breath of fresh air. So it has like a strong 3 energy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I know that a lot of people emotionally are hurting and they're lonely because I'm still getting calls for love work.
Love work.
And a lot of that has to do with the lack of communication. So I know that there's a 6. Oddly enough, not enough people are worried about their finances, but they need to. They need to be stable. That has that 4 energy. So I'm going to say, I want you guys to play 364 or play 487. Those are my 2 numbers. That's what I'm giving out. 364, 487.
Okay.
Dollar straight box.
My numbers I'm giving out are, let's see, 214.
Uh-oh.
615. And 133.
Oh, shoot. And I can tell when shit comes from spirit because I already forgot the numbers I gave out. I forgot the ones I gave out. So I'm gonna have to watch the end of this video so I can put it in the comments section. I gotta play this shit myself. All right. So as always, guys, look for our information in the about section of this video. You'll find our contact information for consultations or spiritual work on your behalf. You will find these numbers. And if y'all hit off of these numbers, we do expect a love offering.
That's right. Praise his name.
That's right. Because Hoodoo Dog don't want to eat no Kroger brand food.
My YouTube is up now. So
picture.
It is. I've got 3 videos. I got to put a video up tomorrow. I normally release new videos every Thursday. There are 3 videos up of an interview I did with my friend Davion Augustus on his Facebook about occult poisoning. How to know if you've been fixed through your food and what to do about it. So it's 3 parts out there.
I like that. And with the spirit, this is just a pickup show, guys, because I overslept the original show that we were supposed to do. So, you will be able to catch us on Sundays, and eventually we'll figure out how to do this thing live.
Right.
Right. But you'll be able to catch us on Sundays at what time do we say? Shit, I forgot.
8:30 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern on Sunday.
That's
all right.
now that's black people time now. That's tentative.
That's right. So it might actually be 8:40.
Right.
But you know what? Come Sunday, we're gonna go live.
Exactly. What sometime. But yeah,
You
man,
know,
Luke, thank you so much for the
y'all gonna
opportunity.
be able to chat. And I might actually create an email just for this show. So if those of you who would like to come in via video and ask us questions, you'll be able to do so. Just please have on clothes, depending on what you look like.
Right. I was about to say we don't want to be prejudiced around here now. If you look good.
Right, we don't. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Brother, as always, it is great. I appreciate you to the moon and back. Fraternal recognition between the sovereign hoodoo states of Georgia and South Carolina.
South Carolina. Absolutely.
The doggone double kings.
That's right. Brother, thank you so much for the opportunity. Guys, check out my YouTube, The Conjure Chronicles, and definitely tune in for us on Sunday. We're going to be doing some big things because you realize we've been looking for everybody else to do it and find out, well, hell, we do it our damn selves.
We do it our damn self. That's right. The marketeers would have never gained a foothold if we would have taken this over from the beginning.
No. All right, brother.
All right.
Peace out.
All right, brother. All right. Holler at you a little bit later. Let me go ahead and stop this thing and see everybody later. Thanks, everybody, for watching.